their arm was as good as we've probably seen all year in 93, 94 with a power sinker. And we weren't picking it up, and we just beating it into the ground all day. So it wasn't by design, but I just think, man, we just keep playing, and we got pitch count up. And, we talk about in the ninth inning just moving the lineup and getting the next guy to the plate. And when Tanner gets that hit, you feel the energy grow in the ballpark. And then you get an HPP, and there's more. And then it just gets hard to pitch. It gets hard to defend here when you have that energy going. And we had some guys make some big swings.
And I know you guys I know their guy was really good today. It seemed like you got about as good a start as you've had from Eric in, either a year or two. I guess just what was it like to see him come out there and really hit the zone?
I mean, he was like that in our preseason. He just, getting him out of the first there was huge. I thought the double play by Lane was big, and then he kind of settled in and got a chance to pitch, left the changeup up. That got caught up there in left field. It was the only probably blemish he had all day.
Joel?
You kind of hit on the answer to this already. I was going to ask about their guy and just how he kind of baffled you guys all day long. Just kind of what's the mood in the dugout when, inning after inning's going by pretty quickly and you're not able to string anything together?
Well, it was, for us, we usually see a lot of pitches, and we weren't recognizing since the first inning. I mean, he was throwing that sinker, it looked like it was on the knees and ended up out of the zone, and we were just pounding it in the ground. And, just couldn't recognize, couldn't lay off of it. And started to become a frustrating day. And then, and give their guys credit, they made a lot of plays too. They got a really good shortstop over there, and they had their third baseman make plays, and we hit a couple of double plays. And, that sends the build as the day goes on. It became frustrating. So to get it going in the ninth was huge.
Steve?
Coach, it seems like there's a bit of a partnership between your team and these fans, and it's like they're there when you need them. And just like late when they got a few things going, the crowd kind of took over. But late in this ball game, it seemed like the crowd really kind of took control of the game and kind of gave you guys a little juice there. What did you think about that?
Yeah, it's always there. I mean, it's another good crowd, number one, but two, it's a very knowledgeable crowd. They know what's going on in the game. They know when to get loud. And it's, in our clubhouse, we talked about it before the game of the dude effect. I mean, the dude takes over and our fans take over, and it becomes very hard for our opponents sometimes to compete and win. And then it gives us energy. It lets our team have a little energy, have a little excitement. I think that's why you see us at the end of games play so well, and maybe our opponents not so well, because of, the ballpark and the fan base that we have.
Robbie?
Coach, the last couple of weeks, the biggest question has really been your Friday and Saturday starters. You didn't have good starts on Friday and Saturday for the most part, and this week those guys really showed up. And what can you say about what Christian and Eric brought to the game the last 2 days?
We got two good starts, and it lets us pitch our bullpen the way we want to pitch it. They give us an opportunity to have some momentum throughout the game. I mean, even though it was 1-0, Eric, I mean, they really didn't sniff him very much. So he dominated most of the game, and we're able to get on and off the field. And, hopefully they continue that. I mean, that's the pattern. I give them a lot of credit. It was, I know it's stressful for them when they don't pitch well. They have a lot that's on the line, and they're, they want to win. They want to help us win. They want to be a part of that. And when they don't have good outings, they take it personal. And I give them and our pitching coach, Scott Foxhall, a lot of credit. I mean, they've been spending a lot of time, and there's a lot of, staying confident and being able to attack hitters. I hope they learn from the last week or two and as they move forward.
I'm sure Fox has got a little bit of more of a grasp on Eric, just spending bullpen sessions with him and things like that. But what have you seen from him the last couple of weeks and his demeanor and kind of how he's attacked his bullpen sessions? And after, a couple of tough starts, how would he approach the practices and stuff like that?
They've been real aggressive. They've been trying to be real aggressive in his pins. And if you came, and one reason Fox has so much confidence in him, when you watch his pins, he barely throws a ball. I mean, it's dominant in the pins. It's probably as impressive of a pin as you could watch. So Eric's been preparing. Eric, like I said, he's had a good year, good spring training. He did have a tough 2 starts, and I'm hoping this one he can build off of it.
John?
Chris, last week you said you were concerned after Eric's outing, and now today to kind of see him perform the way that he did. How kind of relieving was it from you for your aspect, knowing, okay, like it seems like he's on track to really be ready for conference play next week and that he's got kind of his stuff in order?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was good for us to see. We weren't too sure. I mean, coming out today and, trying to give him the opportunity, every opportunity to get going. And the stuff is so good. I mean, it's power. I mean, it's power stuff in the big leagues if he ever harnesses it and gets it right. And so we wanted to make sure he had every opportunity, and hopefully he can build on this. Just take this into the following weeks and try to work and give us a great shot to win. We don't need long starts from our starters. I mean, that's the one positive with our staff is we can have, a lot of opportunities to, use some guys. And just like we did today with Carlisle, I thought Carlisle, gets a little not noticed in this game, but he just holds it tight for 3 innings.
Steve?
Coach, the scoreless streak is snapped, so the record's over. But still, another dominant performance from the staff. Just the 1 run and just the 2 hits. Do you feel like now that Coach Fox has had a chance to see these guys in games a little bit, you've been able to fine tune a little bit, and do you feel prepared for conference play?
Yeah, we're real close. I mean, I think we're as close as probably as you can be. I mean, seeing our guys, knowing what they can do, who fits where. That's why we brought in Cam Toller there, trying to see. We're trying to find that lefty matchup guy a little bit right now. And Cam's got really good stuff. It was nice to see him and get that out with runner at third and trying to figure out the other pieces.
Ben?
Chris, I know we've harped on Eric a lot, but in terms of, obviously the stuff is there. What's kind of the process with working with him through like the mental side of things and, responding from maybe not a great start and how has he kind of maybe matured, if at all, in that sort of area of his game?
I think it's just in preparation. I think you build your confidence in preparation. We talk about breathing and all that type of stuff in the middle of your performance. And we talk about it with all our guys, just trying to, being able to focus and play with a relaxed aggression. So I think that's a big piece with him. But this has been a learning curve, and a lot of, big physical power pitchers, this is kind of a process they go through. And so to see him go out there and pitch the way he did today was great.
Robbie?
Coach, I don't want you to get too far ahead. I know you got another game tomorrow, but do you have any idea what you're going to do with like Will Bednar and guys like that are still pitching really well, but now you got 3 really, guys that you feel pretty confident in on the weekend? Where does Will kind of fit into this equation?
Like I said, we're still getting him back. Good chance you see Will pitch tomorrow as we run out there and be ready to go, trying to get him some innings. It's a long season. So knowing where everybody's at and what everybody's doing, and our group knows it's a little bit, you got to have a little bit of patience on our staff. But I think everybody's opportunity comes up, and I think the same will be said for Will. Hopefully he'll get out here and have a chance to pitch in the next 2 games and still keep growing his volume so that we can, use him in other ways as we move through the season.
Thank you, Coach.